September 19, 2011 meeting to order, and I'll ask you all to stand and recite with us the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call roll, please, Steve.
Gracilius, Cromwell,
Here.
Feltzing,
Here.
Shadle, Tidal,
Here.
Chairman Manchester.
Here, I'll declare there. Bill, you have the minutes motion.
I move that the minutes of the reading of the minutes for August 29, 2011 be waived, and that the minutes of said meeting be as prepared by the secretary be approved as written.
Second.
Seconded by Tyler. Any discussion? Call roll.
Cromwell,
Aye.
Feltzing,
Aye.
Tyler,
Aye.
Chairman Manchester.
Aye. Oh, you have the Paducah Independent motion.
Yes, I do. I move that a resolution entitled, "A Resolution Constituting the Final Report of the Paducah Planning Commission on the Proposed Closing of a Portion of Adams Street and two public alleys bounded by Clark Street on the north, Jackson Street on the south, South 31st Street on the east, and Lone Oak Road on the west be adopted."
Second.
Seconded by Cromwell and Tyler. Discussion. Anybody want to address, or if you have no comments,
Just very briefly, Mr. Chairman, as part of the site acquisition for the new Paducah Middle School project, there's a section of Adams Street that lies within the boundary of that property. This would be the first step in closing that street. And there was a unimproved public alleyway that ran between Adams Street and Jackson Street, and this would formally close that alleyway.
y'all have any questions? Anybody in the audience have any questions?
Question I have is there's a 35-foot alley dedication. Is that to be closed too, or is that so that 35-foot alley dedication showing on this plat will be closed? That's, I think, parcel 1B. Okay.
Yeah, that was dedicated on a previous plat that was done with the last renovation project of the existing middle school.
Okay.
Y'all have any other questions or comments? Do I understand correctly that there is an easement remaining down the middle of the property, more or less?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman. There is a rather large sewer main which runs underneath the former Adams Street, and that will be dedicated to JSA.
You all have any other comments? Steve?
I have one. After, with this recommendation to the City Commission, after closure by the City Commission, they'll actually be coming back to the Planning Commission with a waiver of subdivision to abolish all those property lines that were created by this plat. And then upon that waiver approval, they can then move forward with the site plan approval process.
Okay. I think I've asked this before, where's this school going to be located?
It's going to be located behind the existing school building. If you drive past the site today, the building pad for the new building has already been prepared, and so you can see it now. It's covered by a cap of gravel, and it's exactly the location.
And the football field and baseball, softball will be along 31st Street.
That's correct.
Somebody sitting out in the audience and I used to play in that gym, and it was so small that the free throw lines intersected the center jump spot. So pretty small.
Yeah.
Any other questions? You remember that, Dan? No, you're not that old.
Used to jump center after every 2 points, man.
Had a peach basket?
All right, call the roll, please.
Feltzing,
Aye.
Tyler.
Aye.
Cromwell,
Aye.
Chairman Manchester.
Thank you all.
Earl, you have the application of Premier Properties.
I do.
Yes. Yep.
Had barbed wire on it, I'd be at home. But you need, we gotta have drainage. Now that you've gone through there and graded, you raised the height of it higher than our alley, you know, where the little alley used to be. We've gotta have drainage for our lawn. Well, I would think you have to. Is there something on your plat that shows that?
Not at this time.
Is there something in the making that will show that?
Yes, it should all be addressed with the grading plan and the site development plan that'll go for approval after, valley closure.
All right, what have you done about the traffic? What are you gonna do about the traffic? You're building another doctor's office area. Are the school gonna come out on Clark Street? Where's gonna come out with the buses? In and out, traffic is running back and forth. You gonna put some of it on Jackson?
I don't think it, at this time, it's coming on Jackson. The entrance into the school comes off of Clark Street.
So they won't be going down,
And off of, Bono Hill.
we're gonna stand in the traffic.
I do know also that the Transportation Cabinet is looking at doing some traffic studies on that section of Jackson Street to see if there are some potential improvements or signal changes that can be made to better time that traffic, so folks like you have an opportunity to get out.
We can get out all the time. Really had to. But I was worried about the drainage, because I know it rains hard, it just standing cool down there, it has to dry up.
So that will be part of the final site plan. There'll be a grading.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's all I had to ask.
Appreciate. Okay. Earl?
Yes. I move that a resolution entitled, "A Resolution Constituting the Final Report of the Paducah Planning Commission on the Proposed Amendment to a Development Plan for Property Located at 5120 Village Square Drive be adopted."
Second.
Second by Cromwell. Steve, you want to tell us about this sign?
Yes, of course. In 1990, Mike Noonan, the then developer of West Park Village, submitted a series of development plan standards as part of his subdivision and zone change request. Those development plan standards laid out the parameters for how he envisioned that development happening, everything from the size of signs to size of parking spaces, where the building pads should be, and the uses. Since 1990, there's been some changes, obviously, within the development. But one thing that has remained common, anytime an applicant wishes to stray from those standards, it does require a development plan amendment from the Planning Commission. So the applicant, Pill and Holland, has submitted an application for a 35 square foot sign, which is generally the size of a sheet of plywood, compared to the 10 square foot sign allowed. Additionally, they submitted a letter explaining the reasons of why they thought that they should get that relief. And there is somebody here representing Pill and Holland if you would like to talk to them.
Come on up. I don't know if we have any questions for you or not till I ask any questions. I have one or two.
Yes, sir.
How many commercial establishments are in
That's the one they wanted.
300 or 400 feet of this building?
Mr. Chairman, there are several commercial establishments, and I think to make a distinction there, they're primarily